Sega Dreamcast might be the most underrated console of all time. I still remember the day my older brother brought the console home with a copy of NBA 2K, you know, the one with Allen Iverson on the cover. Coming from the N64, 6-year-old me was totally blown away with the graphics. It looked like real life. Well, at the time. The console wasn't interestingly shaped or designed, but it was very small and compact. What had a striking appearance was its controller and its very unique memory card. The visual memory unit, the VMU, had a display, making the Sega Dreamcast the first console to actually support a second screen. What made the VMU so awesome was you were able to actually take it on the go and use it as a portable gaming device to play mini games. Granted, the portable experiences wasn't anything super intuitive, but it was the coolest thing in the world at the time, and this was an era where Digivices and Tamagotchis were really popular. You were also able to connect your VMU with your friend's VMU and transfer saved data back and forth. The Dreamcast controller is on the bigger side, so I can see why it wasn't super popular in Japan since their consumers prefer smaller gamepads, but I always thought the controller was comfortable. A mistake Sega did make was not including an additional analog stick in its design. Dual sticks really became a major staple in gaming in the 6th generation, and I remember playing MDK2 on the Dreamcast and using the face buttons to change the camera directions. That control scheme was totally crazy and not that comfortable. Looking back, the console was so ahead of its time. The Dreamcast was also the first home console to usher in online multiplayer. Despite the Sega Dreamcast having a short lifespan on the market, 3 years to be exact, it had some of the most incredible and diverse games I've ever played. Classics like Soul Calibur, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Dead or Alive 2, Jet Grind Radio, Power Stone 1 and 2, Project Justice, Crazy Taxi, Marvel vs. Capcom, Shenmue, like the list goes on and on. The Sega Dreamcast had an incredible library of games. It's unfortunate, but there's multiple reasons why the Sega Dreamcast failed, and Sega is honestly to blame. Sega lost the trust of many of their fans by making them invest in new hardware like the 32X and the Sega Saturn just for support to get dropped quickly. I feel like the lifespan of the Sega Saturn was the ultimate slap in the face to their fans, so the momentum going into the Sega Dreamcast was terrible because of this. Plus, the highly anticipated PlayStation 2 was releasing 6 months later, and the PlayStation 1 was a massive success. The PlayStation 2 had the ability to play DVDs where the Dreamcast didn't. It was a very poor decision by Sega going with a proprietary optical disc format instead of just going with DVDs. Sega also had a big fallout with EA, which also impacted them. Since Sega decided to go with 2K with its sports titles, EA pretty much said F the Dreamcast and didn't release no titles on the platform. Yeah, so Sega ultimately killed the Sega Dreamcast due to questionable decisions and losing the trust in their fans. The Sega Dreamcast was a big step in the right direction, but Sega got to the point of no return. It went on to sell under 10 million units worldwide, but those who actually experienced the Dreamcast like myself fell in love with the platform. If you had a Dreamcast like me growing up, let me know some of your favorite games in the comment section below. I've been revisiting a bunch of my old games and the platform still holds up, man. The Sega Dreamcast is still awesome to this day. So that's it, y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe for more quality content. Peace.